Awesome. All right, now I am live on all three platforms. We are in business. Hey, Progressive Attunement, Dominic, and we have Cheryl. All right, awesome. We have a few people joining still. Simply Beautiful, also known as Nettie, says hello. Cheryl is waving. Ebony James, welcome. All right, we have Gators End and Rick Mathis. Awesome, welcome. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys so much for joining today. This is Mindful Mornings. So I changed up my room a little bit. So this is the my healing space that I have converted into into the Mindful Morning set. So I just kind of shifted things around a little bit to give me a little more room. And yeah, so it's a little different. We'll probably be shifting things around here and there. So I actually do have a meditation space outside as well. I have a entire what I call a meditation circle. So I have, hey, Arthur Martin. Thank you, Arthur. So yes, I have a meditation space outside. So whenever it is nice and bright and sunny out, and it's nice weather, I will be taking this outside into my meditation space, which there are a lot of trees around, a lot of nature around. So that's great. Thank you all for joining. So please share this with at least 3 people that you know that could benefit from what we're doing here on these Mindful Mornings. So please take some time right now to share that, let people know what's happening, let people know this live stream is going on, tell them to join in and be helped, be inspired. Okay, I'm getting direction from my assistant over here. Okay. So please share it, let everyone know about it. Please like this stream as well. Follow, make sure that you continue to comment and you know, we'll make this a great thing. So one thing I wanted to mention. So yesterday I was talking a lot about the power of nature and how beautiful you know, nature is and how wonderful it can, you know, how strongly it can heal you and all of this. So I said, you know, go to parks, do what you do, as long as, hey, Cephas, as long as you are able to stay away from people. So this is my story. Yesterday, while we're waiting for others to join, I'll just tell you guys this story real quick. Yesterday, I go to the park, right? I'm like, yeah, go to the park. And I said in yesterday's live that I was planning on going to the park that day. So I go to the park yesterday. And as soon as I get there, it's like literally lined with cars. Like everyone had the same idea. So it was not safe because it was literally a crowded park. So my point to you all is, and then I just turned around and we went back home because, you know, if we're supposed to be social distancing, we can't be, you know, you can't go to a park and then be, you know, in a crowded park where people are like literally, you know, all next to each other. So that's not going to work. So make sure that if you do go to the park or find some sense of nature, that you're doing it where it's not crowded, there are not tons of people around and things like this. Because remember, we're going to be smart, not fearful, but we are smart and taking the right precautions right now, just to make sure that we're all safe and that we keep others safe as well. All right, so, okay, so Barbara Joy likes the asymmetry of my shirt. And the fluffy shoulders is giving her life. Yes, honey. Huh? Oh, okay. I'm getting some direction here. Okay. Yes. Smart, but no fear. Exactly, Gator. Yes. We don't want to be fearful at all, because that is not what it's all about. That is not why we're here. We are not here to be afraid. We're here to be fearless, but smart. Remember what I said, fearlessness does not equal foolishness. So we want to be smart, not fearful. So, okay. So, hey, and Rahashim says, hola. And hey, Saeed. Hello, everyone. Saeed says hello to everyone. All right. And then we have David D. Nice. Hello. And we have Brianna, my assistant. Hey. All right. So we're going to get started. So today I want to really talk about and help you guys with your emotional state. So again, this is Mindful Mornings. So for those of you who just joined, please share and let people know that this is happening. Let at least 3 of your friends or more know that this happens every morning from Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And for you to just, share it, let them know it's happening, tell them to join in, and let them be motivated and inspired as well. So what I want to talk today about is when we're having strong emotions. So a lot of times, especially this time of what's happening in the world right now, there are a lot of strong emotions. One of those emotions is fear for many. Another emotion is frustration. Another emotion is annoyance or anger, with what's going on, depending on what's happening. We also have grief because some people are losing people as well. So, we want to really talk about those strong emotions being, facing the reality that those exist, right? We're not going to pretend that we're not emotional beings and that we're not feeling those emotions. You want to acknowledge those emotions, feel those emotions, but then it's important once you recognize that you're having a negative emotional state, you don't want to allow yourself to sit in it. Because one thing I always tell people is that you don't have control over your immediate emotional response over something, because that is more of a trigger. It's more visceral. So your immediate response to something emotionally, you don't have control over. And it's okay to have that response, to recognize that as a reality within yourself. However, you have full control over how long you allow yourself to stay in that emotional state once you realize that that's where you are. So I say all that to say, when you're feeling any of these strong emotions, sometimes you have to, kind of go through, especially with grief. If anyone is grieving, you have to go through, the grieving process. You have to go through those emotions. But you do have control over how long you allow yourself to sit in that in the moment. Okay, not that it's not going to come back later or anything like that, but you do have control over how long you're going to allow yourself to sit in that in the moment. And so I'm all about empowering people. And Gator says free will. Yes, I'm all about empowering people and empowering you to take control over yourself and realizing that your emotional state, your mental state, none of that controls you. You are always in full control. It's when you relinquish that control that you feel powerless. And a lot of people relinquish that control to something outside of themselves. But it's important to understand that you are always in control. You have the power within yourself to control those emotions. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to teach you guys, just tell you guys a couple different techniques to do that when you're in the thick of an emotional state, because sometimes it's hard to get out of it. Sometimes we want to sit in it, but it's like, okay, do I want to actually be depressed all day? Do I want to actually be angry all day? Do I want to actually be fearful all day or all week? No, you don't. I'm sure everyone here would much rather be happy, peaceful, and joyous all the time, right? So that is a state that we can achieve. It is possible to achieve that on an ongoing basis and as a regular thing. But if you're human, which all of you are, hopefully, if you're human, you are always going to find yourself in, a state where some external stimuli forces you, or it doesn't force you, but causes you to have a particular reaction, okay, a negative emotional reaction. And then again, that's just about shifting that. I'm going to show you guys how to shift that. Hey, Krupal Gandhi, I'm going to teach you guys how to shift that into a more positive state. So, but before we go into that, we're going to do our meditation first, our mindfulness meditation first, and then we're going to, I'm going to show you how I kind of tied certain things into that meditation, into what we're going to talk about as well. So we're going to, again, whoever, please share this with your friends, let them know it's happening, and let them know to tune in to Mindful Mornings with Monica Bay, also known as the Healer in Heels. I love saying that. and to tune into this every morning at 10 a.m. And again, the purpose of this is to help all of you get through these hard times, be able to achieve a high level emotional state, very, very positive emotional state, positive mental state, and to also make sure that not only can you survive during this time that we have in this world, but also thrive and move forward and push beyond the boundaries that you previously put on yourself or thought were there. Okay, so that's what we're focused on in these mindful mornings. So again, good morning, everyone. I'm so glad you guys are all here watching. Keep watching. We are about to do a mindfulness meditation. And the mindfulness meditation is not going to be very long, but we're going to bring you into a very peaceful and mindful state. Now, just to make sure everyone understands what mindfulness is bringing yourself into the here and the now. That's what mindfulness is all about. Mindfulness is about the present moment. And the reason why mindfulness works so well to combat anxiety, stress, depression, all of the crazy things that we deal with, the reason why it works so well is because in the present moment, there is peace. When you focus on the present moment, not the future, not 2 minutes from now, not 10 years from now, and not the past, when you're just in the present moment, unless you're getting eaten by a lion right now, which most of you are not, there is always peace in the present moment. It's when we are thinking about the future, and that's fear, when we're thinking about the future, and when we're thinking about the past, regret and things like that, that we have a lot of emotions that are energy states within ourselves that are disharmonious. And so in the present moment, there's always peace, and that's where you can find joy if you bring it out, right? So that's why I'm calling this Mindful Mondays, because we're focusing on the now. We're focusing on getting through today, but also moving forward to help you every day get through and focus on the now, focus on the present moment while still looking forward to the future. So, because we like balance there, because I love goals, All right, so let's get into the meditation. Okay, so I want everyone to just, before we get into the meditation, I want you all to think about the happiest moment of your life so far. What moment immediately comes to mind as the happiest moment of your life? And for those of you, because I have heard from some people, and I've had clients actually that have told me this, that they can't think of anything happy that's ever happened to them in their lives. And if you are one of those people, that's okay. Think of something instead that you want to happen in the future. Think of a dream that you have that you may have abandoned. Think of something happy in the future. What do you want out of your life? Think of that moment that you're achieving, whatever that is that you desire to achieve. So hold on to that moment and what that would feel like. So again, think of that happiest moment right now. And I want you to bring that we're going to hold on to that, and we're going to use that in this meditation. Okay, so I'm going to turn some music on. We're going to get started. Oh, just a second. Yeah. All right. So everyone just take a couple deep breaths. Again, you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth very loudly. And this allows your chest to expand, and it allows you to really, really start to settle in. So we're just going to do that a few more times. Just a few more times. Now I want you to bring your awareness to the here and now. Bring your awareness to your body. And I want you to go within, focusing on your breath. Breathing normally now. Just notice how the breath goes in and out, and the rise and the fall of your chest. Focus on the sensations of your body, tuning into the energy that is flowing throughout your entire body, free flowing, ever flowing. You can feel the strength of that vibrating, getting slightly stronger now. Feeling a sense of peace coming over you as each muscle part begins to relax. Relaxing your shoulders, allowing each body part to lose all tension. Scanning now with your awareness to any parts of your body that may feel tense right now. You're just going to allow that tension to release. Let it go. Letting go of any stress that you may have been holding on to. Allowing that to simply be released. Feeling more peace coming over you, like a vibrant wave of peace coming from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Now I want you to focus on that happy moment. Bring yourself back there or to there. See yourself in that moment. Feel the emotions. Feel any other sensations that exist there. Happening right now. Feel those sensations, the happiness. Such a beautiful moment. Now I want you to bring those energies, those emotions, that moment, into the present, into the here and now. Feel that love, that happiness, that positive energy rising in you right now. Feel your energy begin to shift as that moment becomes more and more real in the here and now. Happiness rising, more and more strongly. You can feel it throughout your entire body, vibrating, bringing you to a new height, to a higher vibration. Raising the vibration of your entire being. You begin to smile, allowing that energy to further flourish throughout your body. And that feels good. You feel alive, more so than ever before. And with this energy that you bring, this energy that you feel right now, you feel a sense of excitement starting to rise as well. Excitement for what today will bring. Because this positive energy, this happiness, you will carry throughout the day and every day thereafter. Bringing that into the here and now. Because you recognize your power to do so. And you love it. Feeling that happiness rising in you more. Coloring today and the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the rest of the year with this happiness. And excitement. And you can now become more aware of your body, into the here and now, feeling excited, knowing your power, feeling sure of yourself, allowing confidence to rise within you, knowing that you can have more of these happy times. You have the power to create them. You have the power to create these emotions within yourself. Fill yourself now with peace and love, allowing that happiness and excitement to continue to vibrate. And now start to come into the here and now. And you can open your eyes. right. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that. Drop me a comment and let me know what you feel about that. So let me read some comments right now. Rahashim says, I combat the fear with a sense of purpose and knowing some things are inevitable. Well, some things are inevitable. This is true. However, you do have the power to shift your mood. You do have the power to shift even your circumstances. So it's important that you remember your power to do that. You do have to understand and accept when things are happening that you don't necessarily like. You do have to come to terms with and accept that, yes, this is happening, not denying the fact that it's happening, but you also have to recognize your power to change things. And there are some things that that have to happen in order for you to grow, because we tend to need, hey, Steve Braun, we tend to need, as human beings, we tend to need suffering in order to grow, because it's suffering that takes us to that next step. When we're uncomfortable, that is kind of, that's usually the catalyst for growth, and it is usually the catalyst for change. In order to grow, you have to change, and a lot of times we become complacent and we sit into our our normal state of being, and we get comfortable, and then we don't move forward. And so a lot of times what will happen is when we're too complacent, things will start to get shaken up in our lives that force us to change. And so it's important to recognize that as well. And that, yeah, when Rahashi, when you say some things are inevitable, some things are meant to happen, even whether they seem good or bad, right, to us. But it's important to recognize an opportunity. In every negative thing carries with it an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to really, it's all about growth and it's all about change. So an opportunity for something. So you have to see where's the silver lining. There's always a silver lining, and sometimes we can't see it because we're so focused on our own stuff and we're so focused in the moment. And that's why it's important to shift your emotions, because when you're stuck in your emotions cloud your judgment, emotions cloud your logic, your thought process, and they cloud your vision. So you can't see opportunity if you're stuck in if you're stuck in that depressed mode, if you're stuck in that anger, if you're stuck in that fear. That's going to cloud you, that's going to blind you. And so that's why it's important for you to be able to get yourself out of that. And so that's what we're going to definitely talk about right now. I'm going to read a couple more comments. Steve Braun says, you are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. And Laura is watching. And we have Ebony. Hello, Ebony. And then Nettie says, it helped. I actually felt the tension that is held in my neck and shoulders become relaxed. And Rick Mathis says, I needed that meditation. So powerful. Awesome. Awesome. So I love this. I love this. Yeah. So it's important that, everyone stay focused on happiness. And what meditation was to really take something that has happened already in our lives. Because a lot of times when you're stuck in depression, anxiety, stress, you're stuck in that moment and you forget that, great things are happening in your life, or great things have happened in your life. And sometimes you just get so stuck in that you forget those things. And that's why we brought back in the things that have happened in your life before that made you really, really happy, your happiest moment. So my goal, or my suggestion to all of you, is to use that, whatever that was that you just that you came up with as your happiest moment, or the happiest moment you would like to have, whatever that was, use that anytime that you're feeling depressed, anytime that you're feeling sad, anytime that you're feeling stressed out or anxious, fearful, stuck in whatever that is, even grief. What you need is to bring yourself out of that. And this is a great way to shift your energy. So what we just did in that meditation is we shifted your energy. So however you were feeling this morning, some of you were feeling great, some of you maybe not so great this morning. And so what we did was we just shifted that. And the way we shifted that was simply bringing you back to a time that was happy so that you can kind of borrow those emotions, right? And you can, because sometimes we forget how to feel happy, right, when we're in the middle of stuff. So those emotions are already inside of you, and you can easily recall them and conjure them back up. And so that's what we did. So that's a great way, easy, that anyone can do. You don't have to be an energy healer like me to shift your energy and your emotions, because we all have the power to control our own energy. And that is something that is just the case across the board. No matter who you are, you have the power to shift your energy, and you just need to learn how. So this is a technique that I'm giving you guys that you can use on a daily basis throughout the day. Anytime you're feeling an emotion you don't want to feel, shift it. You don't have to sit in anything for very long. If you are sitting in a depressed feeling or a stressful state or anxious or fearful state, then you're allowing yourself to sit in there. So you have to recognize that power. With power comes responsibility. Okay? So you can't blame anyone for having you have a bad day, for instance. So many people say, oh, I had a bad day because this person said this, that just ruined my entire day. No. You ruined your entire day. You allowed yourself. Now, again, you don't have control over your immediate reaction to something. Someone says something to you, pisses you off, upsets you, whatever that is, happens that, kind of gets you off kilter a little bit. It's natural. We're human. We're going to react, right? So you don't have control over your immediate reaction, but about 2 or 3 seconds after that reaction, you're in full control. So you have to remember that. And so no one can ruin your day. Only you can ruin your day. And so you have to make sure that you focus on what you want your day to be. And if you don't want it to be filled with fear, filled with anxiety, stress, and all of that, then bring yourself out. As soon as you recognize that you're feeling that, bring yourself out. And that's all you have to do. And this is a great way of doing that. There's many ways to do that, but this is one of the ways for you to be able to do that, to just bring yourself out of that mode and put yourself into, a positive space. So again, all you're going to do is, when you're feeling any emotion that you don't want to feel, go back to your happiest moment of your life, or a moment where that you want to happen, right? Borrow those emotions, conjure them back up into yourself, and just really, really feel them. And really, also, it's important that you have the intention to dispel whatever that emotion is that you don't want. So say you're feeling depressed, you're feeling a little sad. You don't want to continue to feel sad, which no one should want to continue to feel sad. So if you're feeling sad and you don't want to feel sad, conjure up those positive feelings and really, really command, because again, you have power over yourself. Okay, you're in control. So you can command your energy to release. I'm going to release that negativity. I refuse to feel that any longer. And this is what I choose to feel. And then that's what you're going to kind of conjure up, those happy moments and everything. So anyone have any questions or need any advice on that? Progressive Attunement says, move with intention. Yes. Intention is everything. If you have to understand that whatever you intend to happen, and I've said this before, your expectations of what you expect to happen also goes along with your intention. So whatever you expect to happen or whatever you intend to happen, that will be generally what happens, especially when you're talking about yourself. And so that's really important. So City says, your words of wisdom are definitely assisting every human that encounters you with growth and providing solutions to everyday issues. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Find Peace says, what you resist persists. Yes. Yes. But what you expel gets expelled. So you have to, for negative things, you want to expel the negative things. You want to keep the positive things, of course. But it's important that everyone just understand that you have the power to do that. And don't forget your power. I always say that. And what I mean by that is your personal power, your internal power. A lot of time we give up our power. We give up our power to so many things. Just like, when we say someone, made me have a horrible day. You just gave up your power. How can someone make you have a horrible day when you are in control over your emotions and your state for the entire day? No one else no one can make you do that. There's no puppet strings. There's no puppet master out there that's like, hey, you know. So you all have to recognize your power, and that is that's extremely important. So, and then Cephas says, I appreciate you. Meditation is new to me and I'm enjoying it. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm glad. Yes. So meditation is so important because it really is the key to just about everything in terms of growth. And I'll tell you why. Now, from a scientific standpoint, they've done studies. We know, meditation actually activates certain parts of your brain. It also activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is opposite from your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system actually is your fight or flight mode. And that is, obviously not a good state to be in unless you're running from a tiger. So your parasympathetic nervous system allows you to actually have a clear space of a clear mind. It allows you to think properly. It's a calm state of being. And it is really the state of being that we're supposed to be in the majority of the time. But unfortunately, most of us are in a sympathetic nervous system state of being where we are stressed out. We are focused on the wrong things. We are not clear. We are confused. And so meditation is a great way to bring that parasympathetic nervous system, to activate that and tone down that sympathetic nervous system. And then, but also, so those are the scientific ways, but it also from a spiritual standpoint, when we are in that meditative state, we are able to actually connect to our higher selves, to connect to our souls, because your soul is supposed to be, what's running the show. And oftentimes it's not, because we are so disconnected with ourselves because of the society that we live in, the type of society that we live in, it's not really conducive for us being super connected to ourselves. In fact, when we're born, we are very connected to our souls. As we get older in our current society, we get more and more disconnected. And that's why, children feel so much, see so much, they have so much confidence in themselves. They know their power. Okay, they think they're Superman. But as we get older, we feel like there's no way we can be, Superman in our own way. There's no way that, you start to put limitations on yourself. And so that's what I talk about when I'm talking about, recognizing your power. But meditation allows you to connect more. And when you are connected with who you truly are and your soul, you're able to get your guidance, because your guidance is in here. And then you have, guides that are with you as well, depending on what your belief system is. But you have guiding forces, okay? Whether that's your higher self, your inner self, or a collective of forces that are helping you. And so if you're listening, you can receive that information, and then things go a lot easier for you. Life can be a lot easier if you are tuned in with yourself. When you're not tuned in, that's when the universe has to smack you in the face to get your attention. And no one likes that. So, so meditation has so many implications, so many benefits, and I can't say enough how important it is. So I'm glad, Cephas, that you are enjoying it, and I hope you continue on with it, definitely. So we also have, City says, the fact that your skin grows back is proof that we have the ability to heal ourselves. This is true. This is true. I always say to people that our bodies already have the blueprint to make everything that we want. So you're able to just, in terms of self-healing. Yes, and we're going to definitely talk more about self-healing on future days. Okay, Fine Peace says, tuned in and in the stream, right off, right on. And Julie says, thank you for these morning sessions, so helpful. You are the best. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Awesome. So does anyone have any questions before we end the stream for today? Anything that you'd like advice on or some explanation on about anything that we talked about? All right, so you guys have a wonderful day. I want to make sure that you guys take what we just did and bring that into today, bring it into the not just the day, but the week, the year, the month. Just like really, I want you to know that you have the power to change your emotions and use what we've talked about today to do that, and make sure that no matter what, you are in control of your day. You cannot have a bad day after today. Okay, I'm gonna hold you all accountable. All right. All right. Have a wonderful day. Find Peace says, Your energy is glowing off the stream. Woo! Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful day. Mwah. Awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot. One other thing. One other thing. Okay. So again, share this. Please share this with everyone so that they know every morning, Monday through Friday, that that we're going to be having this mindful mornings. And so it's Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can just search Monica Bay, and also my Instagram, The Real Monica Bay, and my Facebook. You can just look up Monica Bay. And yeah, that's it. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye. I know it's good. I know.
And also mute your laptop because it sounded like it's about to die.
No, it wasn't about to die. It was notifications coming up.
Okay, it's like